Hi, good morning, class. Today is Wednesday, and today you have just two papers to work on. The first one is a handwriting sheet. It should have a little bear at the top and has the letter J. So I'm just going to remind you again when you are tracing these letters to try to make them look exactly like your example looks. Make sure that it has a capital letter at the beginning because this is a sentence, and a period at the end because our sentences always have punctuation at the end. And then when you are writing your own, take your time. Be sure that you know how to form the letter, please. And make sure that you are writing them very straight and that you are putting spaces in between each letter. Okay? And then don't forget to do the back, please. Okay? All right, now let's look at your phonics paper for the day, please. Okay, it should look like this. And just like we've been practicing, it says to write the word that completes each sentence. And then it says to draw the egg down here. So you can draw a little egg on the nest. Okay, so over here you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 words. You have 4 sentences. You will need to figure out what these words are, and then you need to figure out which sentence those words fit in. So I will walk you through these words, and then I will do the first sentence with you, and then you will need to complete the next 3 sentences, okay? Using what we have learned about reading to do that. So let's look at that first word. All right, I see the letters E, G, G, S. So the first thing I'm going to ask myself is how many vowels do I see in that word, and do I see any special sounds? I don't see any special sounds. I do see one vowel. So the one vowel rule says that I will mark that vowel with a smile, and that vowel will say its short sound. I see 2 G's, so remember those are consonants. So when I have 2 consonants together, they only say one sound. So we're not going to say g-g, we're going to say g. It just says the sound one time. So now let's look at the word and see if we can use what we know to sound the word out. Okay, I know the E is gonna say its short sound, which is eggs, eggs, eggs. Remember, sometimes when an S is at the end of a word, it can make the Z sound, which is what it's doing in this case. Eggs, eggs. Okay, so I know the first word is eggs. Let's try the second word. Do I see any special sounds? I don't see any. How many vowels do you see? 2, the E and the A. Okay, so how would you mark that? Okay, the first vowel says it's long sound and the second vowel is silent. That means you don't hear it. So let's see if we can sound that out now. Long E says E. So now let's sound it out. Eat, eat, eat. So I have eggs and eat. Now let's look at the third word. Do you see any special sounds? Any double consonants? No, no special sounds, no double consonants. How many vowels do you see? Good, one vowel. Do you remember how to mark it? We will mark it with a smile, and that one vowel will say its short sound. So now let's see if we can sound out the word. He, hen, hen, hen. So I have eggs, eat, hen. Okay, we have one more word. Let's see if we can sound it out. Do you see any special sounds? Ooh, I see a special sound. Can you see it? Go ahead and circle it if you can see it and you have your paper with you. All right, my special sound was ST, 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 st. Okay, how many vowels do you see? Just one, so I will mark that with a smile. Well, let's say it's long sound or it's short sound. What do you think? That's right, it'll say it's short sound. So now let's see if we can sound it out. Nest, nest, nest. So I have eggs, eat, hen, and nest. Now I'm going to go up to my sentence here and see if I can figure this sentence out and then figure out which word matches or fits in the sentence and makes sense. So this first word is actually a name. I see two vowels. So I know that first vowel say it's a long sound and the second vowel says nothing. Pete. Next two words are sight words. Pete has a. Pete has a. Now let's look at this word. I don't see any special sounds and I see one vowel. So that vowel is going to say its short sound. So now I have Pete has a big. Pete has a big. All right, and my last word has no special sounds, and it has one vowel, which is the A. So that A is going to say its short sound. Let's see if we can read it. Pete has a big, fat. Okay, this one's going to be a little tricky. You might have to figure out which one makes the most sense based on the picture that you have down here. Pete has a big fat eggs. That doesn't even sound correct because it wouldn't say a eggs because there's more than one if there's more than one egg. So that can't be right. Pete has a big fat eat. That doesn't sound right. What about Pete has a big fat hen? Because our two good choices could be Pete has a big fat hen or Pete has a big fat nest. Both of those could be big and fat and fit in that sentence. But if I'm looking at the picture, which one looks big and fat? The hen or the nest? What do you think? The hen. So I am going to put the word hen in the blank. And then I'm going to cross it off over here so I don't use it again, okay? So Pete has a big fat hen. Now you are going to take the rest of the words, eggs, eat, and nest, and figure out which sentence they fit in. And when you figure that out, you're going to write that word in the blank. All right? Okay. You might remember these from the practice test that we did. Sorry, guys. My camera fell over. Okay, let's try that again. You might remember these from the practice test that we were doing before. This is the first time we've had them on our Abeka papers. But if you remember, they're going to give you a picture. They're going to give you 3 words on top and 3 words on bottom. So the words on top, only one of them will match the picture. And you'll bubble in which one it is. But you'll also have a word on bottom, just one word on bottom that matches the picture. So you'll bubble one of the words in on top that matches the picture and one of the words in on the bottom that matches the picture. So you're going to basically use your special sounds and your vowels. You're going to mark all of these so that you can then go back and read them. Now, the directions don't say to mark the vowels, so you don't have to do that if you know how to read them without marking the vowels. But if you still need to mark them to be able to read the words, then go ahead and do that. That's fine. But I will read these to you just to kind of give you an example of how we would do this. This first word says train. Does this look like a train? No, so I'm not going to mark that in. Okay? The next word says truck. Truck. Does this look like a truck? Does it match the picture? It does, so I would bubble that one in. And the last word is trunk, and that does not match the picture, so I would not bubble anything in. Now go down to the next line, still matching this picture. One of these words is going to match the same picture. All right, let's look at the first word is blame. Blame, like to blame somebody. Does that match this picture? It doesn't, so I'm not going to mark it in. The next word says black, black. Is this truck black? Nope, so it doesn't match the picture. What about the last word? Blue, blue. And this is a sight word, remember, blue. Is this truck blue? It is, so I would bubble in the word blue. So remember, you're going to have one of the words on top and one of the words on bottom that will match, and they both go to this picture. Same thing with this. This top line and this bottom line, you're trying to figure out which one of these words on each row matches the picture. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. So you are having to read quite a few words. So just, you know, take your time, make sure to use everything that you learn. I think the hardest thing is that there are quite a few words that you have to figure out in order to, or read, in order to figure out which one of the words matches the picture. But you should be getting faster, especially if you're still practicing through your books. You should be getting faster at reading these words. So hopefully, you know, that doesn't take you too long. All right. Well, I love you.